2,000-year-old underground rooms found by the Western Wall of Jerusalem in Israel. Times of Israel reports on WND. This is the first time a subterranean system has been uncovered adjacent to the Western Wall. A singular 2 millennia-old subterranean system of 3 rooms has been uncovered near the Western Wall. The 3-room complex, painstakingly chiseled by hand out of the bedrock prior to the fall of Jerusalem, of the last time the Second Temple, Jerusalem in 70 AD, is the first evidence of everyday life gone underground in the ancient city. Quote, "This is a unique finding. It's the first time a subterranean system has been uncovered adjacent to the Western Wall," end quote, said Israel Antiquity Authority co-directors Dr. Barak Monikandam Givon and Tahila Sadiel in the press conference today. Quote, "You must understand that 2,000 years ago in Jerusalem, like today, it was customary to build out of stone blocks. The question is, why were such efforts and resources invested in hewing rooms underground in the hard bedrock? This is what the archaeologists have been asking." Now, the thing is, we know that even under the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem, they say that there were underground chambers there as well. Everywhere, basically, that you dig in Israel, you have tremendous things to find. Now, why were they underneath this area? The purpose of the 3-room complex, hidden for centuries under the 1,400-year-old Byzantine Umayyad structure's white mosaic floor, is still being investigated, but it may have served as a basement pantry, living space, or even a place to hide during raids. Excavation co-director Dr. Barak Monikandam Givon told the Times of Israel. The rooms uncovered by students of a pre-military preparation program in Jerusalem, working in cooperation with IAA, are located under the Beit Strauss complex. It's a historical ancient building purchased by philanthropist Nathan Strauss, which was once a soup kitchen and today houses beautiful public toilets and serves as an entrance lobby to the Western Wall tunnels. The underground excavations were renewed a year ago under the recent renovation and enlarged Beit Strauss building to connect the building to a new segment of the Western Wall Heritage Foundation Western Wall Tunnels Tour, according to IAA press release. And while the complex purpose is still a mystery, Givon said during the Second Temple era and today, the placement of the subterranean system was considered a prime location. He doesn't rule out the idea that it may have been a part of much larger public structure that has since been obliterated. Hewn out of bedrock using hand tools, including iron hammers, the 3 rooms are rather spacious, about 2.5 meters by 4 meters, and the 3rd room is still being excavated but appears to be about 2.5 by 2.5 meters. The rooms occupy different floors and were connected by staircases, he said. Asked how long it would take to create this large hand-hewed system, Monikandam Givon laughed and he said he honestly had no idea, but it was a very impressive investment of time and resources. He emphasized that while there were numerous contemporary ritual baths and graves that were also hewn out of rock during this era, it's the first example of what happens to be a living space. Inside the room, what looks to be niches of shelves and storages, as well as door jabs and lantern niches, were chiseled into the bedrock. And he says, among other things, we found clay cooking vessels, cores of oil lamps used for light, a stone mug unique to Second Temple period Jewish sites, and a fragment of a kalal, which is a large stone basin used to hold water, thought to be linked to Jewish practices of ritual purity. And while at first glance the niches hewn in the rocks appear similar to those found in contemporary graves, Monikandam Givon said it's unlikely that this was their use, as the area was already part of ancient Jerusalem during this era, and custom would forbid burial within the city limits. So it looks like it was either for protection or ritual baths or even storage rooms. Very interesting. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, You will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.